I'm Jim Cramer, and welcome to my world.
You need to get in the game.
Firms are going to go out of business, and he's nuts. They're nuts. They know nothing.
I always like to say there's a bull market somewhere.
Mad money. You can't afford to miss it.
Coming up, profit from the past? As the market continues to buzz about the future of social networking, Ancestry.com's model could make mad money grow on your family tree right now. Kramer's exclusive with the company CEO is next.
I come out here every night and talk about money, like it's the most important thing in the world. Well, we all know there's nothing more important than family. So in true Cramerican fashion, we put things like this through the mad money lens and ask, how about a way to make money off that fact? I'm talking about Ancestry.com, ACOM for all you home gamers, the online company that helps people connect with the past. It's the world's largest online resource for family history research. Maybe you're related to President Obama. Maybe you got royal roots. You should have gotten an invite to that big wedding. Or perhaps you just want to find out what region or county or country your family comes from. Ancestry.com helps you find out. The site lets you build a family tree of your ancestors. As seen on NBC's own Who Do You Think You Are? Using an extensive collection of billions of historical records that have been digitized, indexed, and put online over the last 15 years. But what I like most about this company is the fact that it's a subscription-based business with over 1.6 million subscribers. Ancestry.com reported a stellar quarter back on April 28th. 3-cent earnings beat, 15-cent basis, revenues that rose 41.3%. It's astounding. And they gave upside guidance for the next quarter as well as the full year. The results were so good, the stock shot up 42.5% the next day. That's right, 42.5%. But it's been drifting down ever since. In part because of a big secondary offering a month ago, and also because of the broader horribleness of the overall market. Now, I recommended getting in on the IPO when Ancestry.com came public back in November of 2009. Since then, it's run up 174%. So let's dig deeper and talk to Tim Sullivan, CEO of Ancestry.com, find out more. Mr. Sullivan, welcome to Mad Money. Great to have you, sir. Have a seat. Have a seat. Okay. I'm 56. I always claim that I'm 66 in the show. But I am a person who I know wants to know more about my family roots. Am I like a lot of people in the country? Are people wanting to know more? Who is signing up for Ancestry.com?
Well, you're definitely in our demographic. Okay. We target men and women both over 45.
Okay.
You may be more busy than the normal subscriber, but I think you have the passion for it. Our thesis is that there's somebody like that in every family. There's that sort of natural family historian who either is interested in family history or ought to be if we can get them connected to Ancestry.
But Tim, what if it's one-off? I subscribe, I get everything I want that month, and then I'm done. I mean, how do you stay in business if it's all just, a guy gets some information and done?
Well, the great thing is, as a subscription business, we keep people coming back. We're constantly adding new content to the site. We spend, $12 million or more each year digitizing content. The community is getting larger and larger. It's uploading more content all the time, and you're connecting with distant cousins. So people get into this and they stick.
Now, what happened in the first quarter? The gross subscriber additions have been trending nicely, and then they exploded. What happened Q1 that really just kind of made you, just really put you on the map here?
Well, we had a great first quarter. It's typically been the strongest time of the year for us. We had wonderful performance around the NBC show, Who Do You Think You Are? Right. But I think more generally, just a lot of things came together. Our advertising is working. The product continues to get better and better, and the category is becoming more and more mainstream.
Now, you also want to be international, not just bound by people in America. But aren't there enough people in America that would want this service as you grow for a long time?
Well, we think our core markets of the U.S., the U.K., Canada, and Australia, where we already have well-established businesses, are primed for tons of long-term growth. We actually identify maybe 20 million families that could be served by a service like ours. And so for us, it's all about investing in the product and the technology so that we can sort of turn more of those people into family historians and continuing to deliver great content and growing the community.
Is it a seasonal business in the sense that I would think that a lot of people would love to give their fathers a subscription to Ancestry.com? Father's Day is coming up.
We have gift certificates.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, I was searching for why I think the stock has been heavy other than the overall market. Bank of America put out a terrific piece, Bank of Merrill Lynch Research, June 3rd. It said, I'm just going to read this because it's excellent. It says, Ancestry has an enviable combination of high and recently accelerating growth, high margins, that's the subscription business, why I like it so much, and the predictability of a subscriber business model. Usually fundamentals like this would support a premium multiple, that's a multiple to earnings, people would pay more than most. But in our view, due to difficulty of investors to understand the demand for a product that is largely used by people well outside of the traditional Wall Street demographic, the company gets a discount. What does that mean? Is there a particular kind of customer on Wall Street that's just, too cool for it?
Well, again, it's the demographic of folks that are very, very busy, maybe younger than the normal subscriber
Wall Street does have a younger business, absolutely.
And, just a lot of people aren't into family history, and it, either because they're at that stage in their life where it may not matter as much, right. Or they haven't, figured out what we can, what we can do for them.
Okay, well, I got to tell you, because I am incredibly interested in family history, and you know that. A little birdie told me that you've been hanging out on my family tree. I would love people to see what I was so excited about when I heard that you'd be willing to look at my family tree. Do you mind if we just step over?
I'm very happy to.
Okay. Because I am one of those people. I'm the one who's in my family, frankly, more fascinated. I am the one who's the fascinated guy.
I sense your passion.
Yeah.
And our goal is to, tap into folks like you.
Okay.
So we have done a little work here. This is Jim's family tree. You see his mom and his dad here. Now, one of the things, let me just say about Ancestry, you build your family tree, and what we'll try to do is present these little shaky leaves to you. If we find records in our database, and we spent $100 million over the years building content, we'll serve you up a little leaf and serve you some content. So we're going to take a look at your grandfather, some records we found about Ben Kramer. Exactly, your father's father. So this, Jim, is a World War II draft registration card for Benjamin Kramer.
Very cool.
You can see his signature down here,
right.
Found on Ancestry.com, something we digitized from records that were held at the National Archives in Washington. This is a fascinating document. He was 52 years old. This is what was part of the old man's draft.
Okay.
Everybody over 45 was registered, potentially to go to war during this era. So he was born in 1890, came from Russia, again, self-employed, and he lived on Woodbine Avenue in Philadelphia.
738 Woodbine. I saw this right before. I have to tell you, I said GR34755. That's when we used to have phone numbers that began with an exchange. Greenwood. And it's just, to me, it's very exciting. It's just incredibly exciting. Let's see some more. What else do you have?
Well, I just say these documents are what hook people into the business. So here's a 1930 census that tells a little story about your great-grandparents, Charles and Sarah Stapler, right, from Philadelphia. You can see over here, they actually owned their home. The home was worth $15,000.
Oh, okay.
They were one of the few families on the street that owned a radio. You can see
they kept track of that.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the interesting tidbits of the 1930 census.
Great.
They had a family business, and I think you know a little bit about
Stapler's,
that.
terrific textile firm right on 8th and Walnut in Philadelphia.
Right, and they had a bunch of kids living in the household with them, and most of them worked for the family business as well.
Extraordinary. Well, look, Tim Sullivan, I think you got a really interesting niche, terrific, undervalued business. Thank you so much for coming on Mad Money. That's Tim Sullivan, President and CEO of Ancestry.com, ACOM. Fascinating stuff. Thank you very much.